How many different little water feature vignettes has Brian installed here with his team?
Yeah, we have a total of 6 water features around the property, countless in customers' yards that you've designed for us.
And then we've got a big water feature out front.
So every year, you know, we invite these contractors that come in from all over the country to be inspired. Having that big Build a Pond Day event here was just a no-brainer.
You see this rock? That's that rock right there. I have no problem supporting a local artist because this is talent that I don't have. I'm a waterfall builder, but I love seeing work of ours that someone else did. So awesome. So we are out here in Wasco, Illinois at Wasco Nursery with Brian Helfrich, my top lieutenant in the construction side of the business, and this is one of your key partners for all of our plantings around our ponds.
We always say, get good at one thing and get better and better and better at it. So we do what we do best, and that's the water features. If we're the pond guys, Matt is the plant guy.
Matt Zerby, the owner of Wasco Nursery. I'm Greg Wittstock, the pond guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the pond guy, and it's all about helping people live the aquascape lifestyle like this right here.
One of my favorite memories of this pond, or any pond, is like when you get all these rocks. And I remember specifically this one rock showing up, and check this out. This is moss rock that comes out of Missouri. It's a sandstone-based rock, and somehow Mother Nature created this big hole. I can only imagine that something got in there. Maybe a tree was even growing out of it at some time. But when we look at this kind of stuff, there's 1,000 different things we could do with it. We could have water bubble up out of it. We could have water run through it. We chose just to make it a viewing rock. At night, there's actually a light that shines up. So when you look down in there, you kind of see this glowing beam of light that comes out of here. Just a really cool stone.
Isn't it fun to always come here and get inspired?
Oh, I love this place. There's just so many ideas. He's done a great job with creating different vignettes, and the plant material is past any other garden center I've seen in the area.
And air conditioning. Just where you hang out all day, Matt?
That's where I'm at. All right, Greg.
So here's the owner that we've known for a long. How many years have you owned this, Matt?
Since 2005.
And actually, your history goes back farther because you actually worked here as a high school kid.
Yeah, since '92. Started working when I was 14 years old. Worked my way up and eventually bought the company.
And now you...
Wait, so there's hope.
Yeah, but I think your guy was a little older than me, you know. Okay, so how many acres is here?
So we've got 140 acres total. The garden center is about 10 acres. We have 100 acres surrounding this property where we're growing trees. And then we have a 40-acre farm a little west of here where we're growing more trees, shrubs, and evergreens.
How many different little water feature vignettes has Brian installed here with his team?
Yeah, we have a total of 6 water features around the property that we've installed over the course of the last 10 years or so. Countless in customers' yards that you've designed for us. In fact, I think you just finished one for one of our customers about 3 weeks ago that we're landscaping today.
Every pond needs the decorations on top of the Christmas tree, which is the plants. And so it's good to work with landscape partners like Matt to do that.
You know, for years we struggled to find somebody that we really wanted to work with. What I love so much about Matt and Wasco is, first, they mimic some of the same things we do customer service wise. So their customer service is incredible. More importantly than the customer service, which is pretty important, Matt and I kind of share a brain with vision. So I have a very specific vision, and so I don't have to do a whole lot of description to Matt because he kind of sees it already.
Well, Matt, show us some of the designs we have, and we'll talk about, you know, why you installed them and where you did it.
Sure, absolutely. Okay. Let's go.
So Brian, I like this. Right outside the front door, you have the spillway bowls.
Yeah, the spillway bowls are nice, and I think the idea is not to overwhelm people with like enormous features. And one of the biggest mistakes I think garden centers or other retail spaces will make is they do enormous giant water features that say one thing, ooh, ah, wow, but I'll never afford that. So here's something that not only says I can afford this, but more importantly fits in average space.
The customers love this. We've been leaving it running during the wintertime, but we'll have it running until Christmas. We've got a nice little sign right there that says exactly what the price is installed. So it's its own little sales tool. People come up, they love the look, they love the sound, they can see the price. It's kind of a no-brainer.
I think the shape of the rocks and the simplicity of it, they fit anywhere.
Oh, and it makes a difference, because if this was the entrance way to a house, everybody would notice it's lit up at night with the underwater lighting that we have on it, and the birds come down and bathe, so it's all encompassing. And then we've got a big water feature out front.
So every year, you know, we invite these contractors that come in from all over the country to be inspired. Having that big Build a Pond Day event here was just a no-brainer. So there was an existing slope at the front of his property here, and so we just carved in a big long stream that split and turned, and then Matt took it to another level with all the landscape and everything else that sits around it, you know?
Well, because it's the first thing when you turn it, you're going to see that water.
Yeah, and it's
water's life.
It's one that you can see from the road, so even passersby can see it, or immediately when you turn into the parking lot, you can see that last drop of the waterfall, which is, you know, just catches people's attention as they pull in.
Okay, so that's 3 water features. What else do we got?
Well, we've got some more this way.
So this is our small pond. Actually, the story behind this one is this is actually the first water feature that Brian and I worked on together. I had installed my own water feature in this area with our guys. Right off the bat, we learned that we weren't pond builders. We're plant people. We tried to do both. It was okay. It looked pretty good, but it wasn't the quality of what we were seeing you guys install. So we actually took that pond apart, redid this, and you know, we have a nice little 6x8 pond.
I love it, because anybody could picture this in their backyard. You don't have to have a giant backyard to have a beautiful little water feature. And for a guy like myself that has a brown thumb, water plants are the best because they're always being watered.
Yeah.
They're so low maintenance. And listen to that sound. So here we're standing here and we're listening to that sound. It just sets the mood.
Yeah, and the great thing is we're 50 yards off of a state highway, and you don't hear the road noise, you don't hear anything but the water feature right there. And like you said, people can imagine that in their yard. The kids come over here and play all the time, which is fantastic. We've got a few fish that live in there year-round. We've got tadpoles, we've got frogs, so it's great.
How about your redbud? I remember, I mean, we've known each other for a long time now, and that was a volunteer.
It is, yeah. So we have a big redbud in front of the building. This one seated itself and landed in a spot where I would never be able to plant a tree because it's such a small, narrow location. I never would have been able to get a root ball in there. And so when it seated itself, I said, this is going to be cool. I'm going to leave it. And now we've got this awesome tree. So if you look at it, it's in a little triangular area that I couldn't even barely get a 1-gallon perennial in, let alone a redbud.
So another pondless waterfall.
Yeah, pondless waterfall made out of aqua blue boulders. It's still one of our customer favorites. It's a little bit bigger than what some people will put into their yard, which is why I like the next feature that we're going to look at. This has always been a great one. Kids will stand in here all the time. I love that about it. I can be talking with a customer out here in the shrub roses or wherever, and the kids are standing in here picking up rocks. It's not going to damage anything. They're not going to get in trouble. I'm not going to get in trouble. It's great.
And if I remember right, this was a rehab too. Wasn't there originally a stream that came through here and we just kind of reused the exact same rocks and put it together in a different fashion?
That's correct. We had installed this on our own. We actually made our own basin system for it out of PVC pipe. It was before aqua blocks existed and all that. We had fashioned that ourselves, and that's when you came in. We took this apart, put the aqua blocks and the snorkel.
And what I love is I know that these come from northern Wisconsin, very specific area for aqua blue rocks. But one of your favorite things that you always talk about is the blue really offsets the green.
Yeah, I mean, just look at how it makes it pop, pop.
You don't know where the water ends and the land begins. Like the fact that the water cuts under the juniper right here. I mean, a juniper is a fantastic plant to grow because it's so nice to hide the edging of a pond.
So show us the pondless that you like so much.
Yeah. This is our small pondless feature. This is just a fantastic one. People can imagine in their yard. It's not 25 feet long. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. You know, it's 7-8 feet long. It could fit in virtually any yard. I mean, a townhome to a big suburban yard, it doesn't really matter. That could fit into an area.
Yeah, 10, 15 rocks total. You notice some bigger ones. the simplicity of it's so nice. In fact, this water feature inspired me to get this tree. So just like Matt was saying,
Oh, yeah?
let me show you what some of this stuff looks like. I said, what is that? It's a contorted Louisa crabapple, right?
Right,
Yeah,
you got it.
He's also a good teacher.
Yeah.
Very good.
He's my star pupil.
Yeah.
Pond guy becoming the plant guy. So Brian, you just noticed this. You're like, that's the front waterfall I
Well, it's so
built.
funny because I can always recognize a
Yeah.
waterfall. I'm like, somebody actually painted the waterfall we built in the front.
This is our front water feature. This was painted by a woman named Tina Bruce Hoffman.
Yeah.
And she was actually here. She pulled up a little stool and sat down and painted the water feature. But what a beautiful little painting right there.
And you know what? We are artists with rock and water. We are not artists with pen and paper. But I want you to tell Tina Bruce Hoffman that the pond guy bought her painting of our water feature, because this to me is what it all represents. And I love this, and I'll be happy to support a local artist because that's beautiful. And I love that.
Let's go look at the real one.
You see this rock? That's that rock right there. As soon as Brian saw this, he goes, that's the water feature we built. I could never have the talent to do that, but that's my kind of artwork right there. So I have no problem supporting a local artist because this is talent that I don't have. I'm a waterfall builder, but I love seeing work of ours that someone else did. So awesome. So there's actually a bigger history. This is actually currently your pond place, but before it was this, it was actually Aquascape's pond place.
That's correct.
This is what's nice about having friends. In 2011, our building collapsed, and we needed a new place for Brian to have his retail products for his local market consumers, and you went over to your friend Matt, and we ended up for basically 11 months of that year taking over this space and using it for our customers to come into because they couldn't come to Aqualand because our roof had collapsed. And it was probably the most traumatic time in our business. We didn't even know if we were gonna make it. And it was through partners like Matt that we were able to do this. And because of the relationships and friends that come from business, it basically allows us as a company to not only treat our customers better or service our customers better, but it's fun. It's a personal relationship that we have. And through adversity, they can be there for you. Matt was there for our company. And to this day, you still keep this place operating.
Yeah, you know, this is a fantastic place for our customers to come into to buy the ongoing water treatments. We sell fish, we sell pond plants, you know, all that kind of stuff, replacement pumps. So it's a great little retail area here.
And Aquascape loves it because we have somebody that will be able to service our customers locally.
What's funny is it's about a quarter the size, maybe a third the size of what it originally used to be.
A lot more fish tanks, a lot more space. And what we decided was we were going to shrink things down, make it a little more consolidated. But part of it is because we wanted to put in an area where we can offer education to our customers. So we built a room right over here where we hold classes. In fact, you guys have come out and taught some classes. We teach classes on pruning, on vegetable gardening, on just about anything that might want to be discussed. And we also have a little art gallery in here. We open it up to artists to display their work. They will come in, hang their artwork for about 4 to 6 weeks. And then we have classes.
This is a labor of love for both of us with our businesses. And this is why you won't see this at Home Depot, right? And you won't get this kind of service on the internet if you want to get with water features. So to have local suppliers like this that represent the Aquascape brand, that are partners for us, helping us build better water features, to inspire new consumers to get water features where they can actually physically see them at a store that's open 7 days a week. This is what makes my job so fun, which is why I love my job. Hey, if you like what you see, if you want to see cool partners like us, like Matt from Wasco Nurseries, or travel around and see beautiful water features that Brian designs, like, comment, and subscribe, and share these videos with the world so that everybody can get inspired to live the Aquascape lifestyle. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.